Hey, Mayday to you out there, my Mayday mateys, and a Happy New Year to you. Hope 21 is going to be way better than your 20 was. And how about those Buckeyes whooped up on Clemson last night, and I loved it. But I'll tell you what, that's college. We're in the pros, baby. Week 17's coming at you live. We got everything for you. Last week, not so well. We were only 8 up. We were 10 down. We were 1 push. And, buddy, that's only 42%. But you know what? Ancient history. So let's get to it. Stick around. Watch who Mayday has for his lock. And enjoy the show, guys. It's the last week of the regular season. All right, let's get right into it, guys. Here we go. Sunday, January 3rd, week 17. A lot of games have some implementations, whatever. They've got some. They're in there. And guess what? My Brownies, they're one of them. They need a win. Or if they lose, they need the Colts or the Titans, one of those guys to choke out. But let's get right to it. 1 p.m. Sunday, CBS. The Ravens head to Cincinnati. Cincinnati played Pittsburgh really tough a couple weeks ago, beat them. Let's see if they can do the same to those Ravens, those dirty birds. 13.5 those Ravens are laying. 44 is your over and under. Guess what, guys? I'm going to hang with the Bengals. They've held true. They've been playing tough. They came through last week. I'm going with the Bengals. Moving on, 1 p.m. Pittsburgh coming to Cleveland for the final game of the year. Look out. The Steelers already locked up the divisions. They need a rest. A lot of guys are going to be sitting this game out. I don't think there's going to be a whack-a-mole show this year. And Cleveland's minus 10. I don't like that. 43 is your over and under. Guess what? Ain't buying it. Ain't going for the hook. If I had to put my money on this game, it'd have to go with the Steelers. I'm taking Pittsburgh to cover those 10. I hope they don't. Golly, do I hope they don't. 1 p.m. moving on CBS. Miami going to Buffalo. Boy, the Dolphins would like to get a win, but I'm not so sure if they lose, it's going to really hurt them. Buffalo, the same with them. They pretty much, they're in the second seed right now. If they lose and Pittsburgh wins, Pittsburgh's going to jump up into that second seed. But like we said, Pittsburgh's resting a lot of guys. Buffalo's minus 3 at home. I don't see them. I don't see them really hanging on to play. I think the Dolphins are going to scratch hard in that game, and I am going to go with Miami in that game. And 43 is your over and under. Not going to touch it. Moving on. 1 p.m. We got Fox, Minnesota, minus 4.5 at Detroit. 54 is your over and under, and I really like that over. Over 54. This game's going to be wild, man. This will be the wildest game of the day if you want to watch just a ping pong match going up and down the field. Minnesota laying 4.5. I don't like it. I'm taking Detroit with the points. I'll take them at home. Moving on, 1 p.m. CBS. We got the Jets going to New England. Jets looking pretty doggone good last 2 weeks. Beat the Rams at the Rams. Stymied the Browns. 2 weeks ago, they fired their coach, defensive coordinator, Greg Williams. And guess what? Their defense has stepped up and played. They played well last week. Is it going to be enough? They're getting 3 at New England. Guess what? I'm going to go with them. Jets, I like them to win the game even. 40's your over and under. Guess what? I like that to be under. Jets in the under in that game. Moving on. 1 p.m. on Fox, we've got Dallas minus 2, and they're heading to the Giants. And in the Meadowlands, the Giants play pretty well. Not bad. Dallas playing very well the last couple weeks. Guess what? I like Dallas. I'm going to lay the 2. I like them to cover that. And 45 is your over and under. Not going to touch it. Moving on, 1 p.m. Atlanta's at Tampa Bay. Now, Atlanta, what are they doing, man? What team's showing up this week? The team that hangs in there and almost beats the Chiefs or ties the Chiefs in the final seconds last week, or the team that gets blown out at home? Who knows? Tampa Bay playing unbelievable. I look for them to continue that play, even though they might, be resting and cruising into the playoffs. 6.5 at home. I think the Bucs can cover by a touchdown. I like them. 50.5's your over and under. Don't want to touch it. Moving on, 4 o'clock or 4:25 on Fox. The Saints travel to Carolina. The Saints minus 6.5. Carolina, they packed it in. Saints are really playing well. I'll lay the 6.5. 46 is your over. 46.5 is your over and under. Don't want to touch that one. Let's go to 4:25. Moving on Fox. Green Bay at the Chicago Bears. Chicago. Look out, Bears. Bears playing good. Green Bay really a strong team. Guess what? I think the Bears rise up and play this game. I'll take them getting the 4.5. And the 49 is your over and under. Just don't want to touch that at all. 4:25 CBS. Moving on. Jacksonville's at Indianapolis. Jacksonville, actually, their only victory came week 1. They beat Indianapolis. Uh-oh. Now they go back to Indianapolis. Indianapolis must win. This is minus 14. It's a division game. And you know what? I think Jacksonville, they can even afford to lose this game and still win the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes. I say they play Indy. I'm taking the 14. It's so hard to not take 14 when you're a pro team. 49's your over and under. I'm going to take the under in that game also. I like the under. And moving on, 4:25 on CBS, Tennessee minus 7 at Houston. Another big game on the line. Here we go. Tennessee and Indianapolis. The winner, if they both win, Tennessee wins the division. If Tennessee loses, they're out altogether. They're out. Indianapolis, if Tennessee loses and Indianapolis loses, Tennessee wins the division. So, but if Indianapolis loses and Tennessee, Indianapolis is out altogether. Okay, so they're must-win games for these two teams, pretty much. Tennessee, they must win if Indianapolis wins. And so they're must-win. Minus 7 at Houston. I say they turn Henry loose and just run all over Houston. It's minus 7, and I love them minus 7. In fact, that's going to be my lock of the week. Even though this is a division game and Houston could play to try to ruin that season, I just don't think it's going to happen. 55's your over and under. Don't want to touch it. My lock of the week, take the Titans, baby. CBS 4:25. Moving on. We got the Chargers, and they are heading to the Chefs. Chefs, we were cooking up Atlanta a little bit last week, but almost got fried in their own pan at the end until Atlanta blows the 37-yard field goal to tie the game. 3.5's your over, or your 3.5's your line. The Chargers laying. I like Herbert. I think going into the Chiefs are going to rest everybody, including their cheerleaders. Their cheerleaders need a break. Those girls are just jumping around constantly because the Chiefs don't stop scoring. You got to be one tired person if you are a Kansas City cheerleader. My golly, it's 43's your over and under. Don't want to mess with it. Moving on, 4:25 CBS. Got the Raiders, the Las Vegas, ching, 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 ching. That's the slot machine pulling down -2 at Denver. Listen, this game is a division game. It means nothing. Neither team's going anywhere, or either team's going to go anywhere. But you know what? I say Denver plays this game strong. I like them getting the 2 at home. 50's your over and under. Don't want to touch it. Moving on, 4:25 on Fox. The Arizona Cardinals, -3. Cardinals need a win here. They're playing the Rams. And your over and under's 41. Guess what? Cardinals, in a must-win situation, this team is playing every game so close. I'm going to take the Rams. But I say the Cardinals win this game in the last second on a field goal to win by 1 or 2. So that game's going to be close. Taking the Rams, the over and under, don't want to touch it. 4:25 on Fox. We got Seattle at San Francisco. Seattle's -7, going down to San Fran, laying the 7. This is going to be a division game that's going to be a bloodbath. I'm actually liking San Francisco in this game. 45.5 are over and under. I'm actually liking the under in that game also. Think it'll be tight. It won't be wide open. Seattle really needs the win, wants the win going into this. San Francisco does too. The two teams hate one another, so they're going to play one another. Going to 8 o'clock on Sunday night, NBC moving on, 8:20, Washington. That team or the football team is laying 3.5 at Philadelphia. 44 is your over and under. Guess what, guys? Man, they just Dwayne Haskins, my golly, buddy, came out of Ohio State just on cloud 9 and just flopped in the NFL. That guy's even out. They just cut him. Goodbye. See you later. Okay, well, Philly, I'm going to ride with the Hurts So Good train. I'm going to take Philly getting a 3.5. 44 is your over and under. Don't want to touch it. Want to tell you thank you for staying with me this whole season, guys. I love you, and I'm TD Mayday. You're watching TD Mayday's channel. Hit that subscribe button. Be a believer. Be a subscriber. Got more good things coming your way. It's free to subscribe. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. I return everybody's comment, and the people who comment can vouch for that. So anyway, I love you guys, and let's go Brownies. Let's win and get into those playoffs. Until next year, TD Mayday, I am out of here.